Welcome viewers to Art Lounge. This is the project stream. It's something that I've been working on for some time. It's been, I want to say, about a week maybe of working on this portrait. It's a model that I was intrigued by. But before I jump into that, I would like to do a brief overview of the Patreon page for those who are just tuning in. This is your very first episode. This is the Patreon website. So I'm going to start at the very top here. We got, and this is going to be a brief overview. You can check out the page launch in the collections tab. There's a video dedicated specifically for the Patreon page launch. Talks about each and every tier in detail, and you guys can always ask me questions about it to get a better idea, or if there's something that you just doesn't make sense to you, we can talk about it more there. You can post your questions in chat. You could send me a message in any of the social media platforms and I'll be happy to answer them. So yep, this is tier 1, the official patron for $2 per month. We also got tier 2, which is all access to the content that's on Patreon. So you get early access to finished pages and exclusive content. You also get a work in progress and behind scenes, access to the Discord server, which is really important. And I talk about that in that video stream as well. Then we got tier 3, critique submission tier. This is a great way for you guys to get involved in Art Lounge, in the art stream. You can submit something that you're working on, some illustration that you're working on, and I will do a live critique. And that's going to be held on Fridays. For 2 hours, I'm going to be critiquing your work. And I'll also be promoting your social media. So if you have a DeviantArt or Instagram with more of your work, or if you have some other platform that shows more of your work, you can share it and I will promote it on stream along with your work. Then we got the Kickstarter patron. For $25 per month, you will have a high resolution digital painting of you. You could do a one-time submission. And you will get access, you will get all the previous tier benefits as well. So along with the high resolution digital painting, you'll get the PSD file or high resolution file for you to do whatever you like. You could make it your social media avatar or send it to somebody who's close to you. Then the next tier, Tier 4, Artist Promotion. This tier is for intermediate or advanced artists. So if you'd like to promote your work, you will get 5-minute airtime. Does require you to submit a 5-minute video, and that way you guys can pace it out at however you'd like. And it is available and it's open to all forms of art. So if you know somebody who's in any of these fields or other and would like to get some promotion time, and just be part of the art community, this is a great tier for it. There's some requirements on here. I highly suggest you guys to read through it to get a better idea. And as I mentioned, you could always ask me questions and I'll be happy to respond. Then we got tier 5, private tutoring. So if you're looking to get more hands-on experience, more hands-on interaction, this is a great tier. You'll get 4 videos per month, 1 video a week of 30 minutes showing you where you could improve on what you submit. So before you get the first video, you got to submit some work that you would like to improve on or to work more on, and I will send you a video showing you exactly that. And you'll also get a private Discord channel, so just between me and you. There are only 15 spots. That's all the time that I have currently. So every single person is going to have their own private channel, and you guys can leave me comments, you can leave me questions there, you can leave me your progress there, and I'll talk about it in the stream, or the video rather, that I'm going to be sending you each week. There's going to be homework, so you guys can improve, you can get better. Yeah, and there's some more detail on there, but I highly encourage you guys to read through it. I am going to now jump to drawing. So if you guys are just tuning in, I started the coloring process on it. And I'm very excited. It's actually coming close to finish. You know, I'm not really planning to go into a lot of coloring detail. It's just mainly going to be trying to capture the right colors that I like. Maybe playing around with some things here and there and not making it exactly the same as the colors of the model. We'll see. But one thing I will make sure to have the same would be the color of her eyes, which is what really gravitated me towards this, to the model. She has very unique eyes. They are like gray, green, and blue all together. It's kind of hard for me to figure it out, actually, and I think that's why I'm pretty intrigued by her as a model. So I have things separated in a layer. I got the skin on a different layer, I got the hair on a different layer, and obviously the line work on there. And I'm going to continue to separate things, like for instance I'm going to work on the lips right now because I want to be able to play around with those colors individually. That's one of the best things about these about digital process, is that it really gives you more room for all sorts of things, more room for error. You know, if you make a mistake, you know you could easily just undo it with a click of a button. And that's not the same case when it comes to traditional. If you guys are part of the previous stream, you saw me erasing some detail and then it being there slightly still, you know, it's just how it ends up working if you don't pay attention to how hard you press. I am going to also make the nose ring a different layer as well. It'll give me a chance to play around with the shade. I'm actually going to make all this about the same layer. The jewelry is about the same color. And that seemed to be really the post. The purpose of her post is to like advertise these jewelry pieces, I'm guessing.
All you gotta do is hold on, hold on.
Let's skip this song. So just to double check to make sure all the jewelry are on the same layer. All right. And I'm just kind of laying down all the different colors. Not really going into too much going into too much detail there. I'm also putting the tattoo on a different layer as well. Yeah, I really like the freedom of playing around with things when it comes to the digital process. Like, I think with traditional, it's a lot more restricted. Like, if you guys have been part of the coloring comics stream prior to the schedule change, you guys saw me do some watercolor work, and that process is very much not forgiving. A lot of the painting process, I mean, in comparison, right? Because of course you could play around with things more if you're doing it traditionally. It's just going to become more layered in a sense. You know, when you are when you're painting, you can cover up your mistakes by doing another layer over it. Whereas with digital, you could just erase it, you know, relatively quickly, and start fresh. So traditionally, it takes more time to correct a mistake. So everything kind of has its advantages and disadvantages. Like, the advantage of traditional work for sure is it's away from digital stuff. You're taking a break from computers. You're not constantly staring at the screen for 11 hours or whatever, however long you're spending on drawing. You get to feel the mediums, actually. Whereas if it's digital, you're really just feeling plastic. And to me personally, I find it to be a faster process drawing than I do digital. Coloring is a different story, and I find that coloring is a little bit easier when it comes to digital. But just to highlight, you know, there are definitely perks and downsides to both. I think I'm gonna skip this song. Boop. zoom out to see how that looks. And here is the benefit of it. I could really play around with this color now. I can give it a completely different color if I wanted to. But I like that like grayish blue color of tattoos. Might have to actually give it more of a blue tint. Might be too much. I'm kind of saving the best for last. But it's coming up. It should be the very next thing. Uh-oh. I'm drawing on the same layer as the tattoo. I want to avoid that. Create a new layer for this because maybe at some point I might want to play around and see if a different color might look good. Now I'm going to take a minute to actually name these layers so that it becomes more apparent. Since I'm adding more layers, it becomes a little bit confusing. Prior it was only just a few, whereas now it's up to 10 layers. This is jewelry. I'm gonna name this tattoo, obviously. And then this is hair tie. Yeah, let's just keep hair tie. I did notice as I'm like changing these layers that I missed some detail right here. I keep having this battle of like, well, how much of the likeness do you want to capture? You know, considering that the drawing itself is pretty simplified. I'm not going into a lot of a lot of shading. I'm not going into a lot of minute little details here and there. But at some point I'm like, should I draw more detail with it, or what really? I'm gonna add a new layer and I'm gonna call this blush, because she does have some blush on there. And I think that adds trying to see what I can do with this, because obviously this looks ridiculous when you have it at that strength, but in a minute I'm going to change the color. And the opacity of it. To see where that leads. Now, it may look kind of funny right now, but I'm hoping that by making this color change I'm about to do and lowering the opacity on it, that it's going to transform the image. Alright, so first let's change the Let's see what happens when I give it more saturation. Kind of looks like a rash. I don't know. I don't think it's turned it out as good. I might have to like define it a little bit better. Do more of a color balance here. Whoa. Nope. I'm looking for a very specific color. It's like a raspberry red. No, it's not raspberry. It's like it's hard to say what it resembles. gonna try to find it and see if... Trying to see if maybe this enlightened might look better. No. Ooh, that looked rough. It also plays an important role, like trying to shape that color right. I'm just gonna delete this whole selection. I'm kind of tempted to play around like fading slightly, just to see what it looks like. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be a fan. Whoa, no, that's not good. Not what I'm looking for at all. So far, it's proving to be a disaster. Trying to add slight shading there. Just because it's such a prominent feature as well on the reference. I don't want to get too carried away with it. I'd like to still maintain the simplicity of it. I'm gonna play around with the lips. This is where it really helped. So this is more of like where the original is. It's like right about there. Maybe a little bit closer towards the red. I'd say like right there. Smidge more towards the red. But I do like this purplish red as well. So I'm trying to decide. I can always play around with it later. So maybe for now, I'm just gonna stick to the original. And where we got jewelry. Now I am going to go into the important detail. Oh, I see it's coming from... Where's this layer? Blush, right, okay. I did label it. So, new layer, I'm gonna call this eyes, obviously. And... I'm going to start out with gray as the base. And I noticed that I drew her lashes thinner than they actually are. This is like the big moment where the image really does come to life. So I find it very important to like draw them as accurately as possible. And this is where the challenge is going to start to kick in of mixing the colors well, so that there's blue, there's gray, and there's green as well. This is more of like a test, really, to see how it's going to turn out, and then I'm going to go into more accurate depiction of it all. Just want to get the colors out. Also, I have to color the inside of the eye. Which adds more color to the face. Oh, y'all, this is This is a process that looks like I'm gonna need to continue in the next stream, which will be tomorrow. I am still gonna be streaming the project stream until I get more critique submissions, and then once there are enough on Fridays, I'm gonna be doing the critique stream instead. So now that I added more lashes to the left eye, I'm gonna have to thicken these here as well. And something that I mentioned before, I think she has like, I don't think that she has extensions, but she has very long lashes. I mean, I'm sure it's mascara, but like this seems to be more accurate than it was before. And just to show how long they actually are. And I'm still kind of hesitant about the blush. Kind of like it without it, but with it, it's not too bad either. And also, I'm gonna have to change the color of the inside of the nostril into more of a skin color tone. So this right here, which is gonna be in the lines layer, I'm gonna have to give it a change. By first making it lighter so that it has a certain color, it's not just black, and then going over into color balance and changing it to that, to like a reddish tone. not only that, but it's also supposed to be slightly protruding. Uh-oh, wrong layer. I'm only now noticing this extra bit of detail. Made a little too thin there. Alright, y'all. I think this is going to be it for the night. There's still plenty to go. Some more experimenting to do. But the fun part was I was able to bring the eye color to life. And it's pretty close, but there's still some detail that I'd like to improve. Particularly, I'm going to try to do that now real quick before I end the stream. Yeah, it's kind of there. Not really. Still have to do some more work on there. I think also have to increase the. This is why it gets hard to let go as I'm progressing through it, because I want to get more and more of it done. And this layer has seen a lot. Uh-oh. I'm gonna see how much I actually... Oh, yeah. I get carried away and I just stop paying attention to the layers. But nothing that can't be fixed. I didn't do too much on there. Alright, y'all. This is it. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time and place, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing pretty much this stream again. So at 8 p.m. it's going to be drawing comics. And not drawing comics, figure drawing. And then at 9 p.m. I'm going to be doing more work on the project. And before I go, I'm going to bring this to the foreground. I feel like it's also an important little detail. Yep, that's it. All right, guys. See you soon.